G'day everybody, how you going? Vlog time again from the back of the Model 3. Today's vlog, I'm going to talk about how Brexit could seriously hinder EV adoption here in Australia. Tesla, take me home. Earlier this week, I was listening to a podcast by one Martin Lees, EV News Daily, who has EV News Daily. It's actually quite a good podcast, worth a watch. A watch? Listen, yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, he mentioned something in one of his podcasts that Seat, I don't know how you say it, Seat, I don't know, will not be making the right-hand drive version of the new EV to be sold in the UK market. Well, okay, how does that work? Well, from what I understand, with Brexit coming up, is that motor traders groups or manufacturing lobby groups, you know those ones that bribe governments to get their way, to make sure they override what people want, those groups, yeah. They are lobbying the UK government to drop the UK's requirement to meet the European emission standards when it comes to vehicles sold in the UK. The way I understand it now is in Europe, the emission standards are a fleet-wide thing. So if you sell like 100 diesels and petrols, you have to sell, say, 10 EVs to get the total emissions of all those vehicles sold under a set threshold. Which is great. It forces car companies to make EVs. They don't want to sell them, obviously, but they're forced to make them. Once they're made, they're out in the public, they can be bought eventually. But if that happens in the UK, that those emission requirements are dropped, then these manufacturers are no longer going to make right-hand drive EVs for the UK market. Now, when it comes to right-hand drive, you've basically got the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Japan as right-hand drive markets. Now, unfortunately, when it comes to global car sales, we're a very, very, very small part of that market. I think the UK is probably the biggest right-hand drive market in the world. So if all these manufacturers are no longer required to sell right-hand drive EVs, to sell petrol and diesel burning shitboxes in the UK, they're definitely not going to make right-hand drive cars just for Australia, New Zealand and Japan. Which leaves Australia with Tesla and basically the Nissan Leaf. Tesla make right-hand drive and left-hand drive EVs, we know that. So does Nissan, being a Japanese car company, ironically enough they're made in the UK. But yeah, they're right-hand drive, which is great. But that means we'll have a seriously limited options in the future when it comes to EVs. We're pretty much limited to just Tesla and Nissan. Of course, if Hyundai keep making Ioniqs and Hyundai Konas that don't catch fire, then yes, we'll see those on Australian roads like we do now. But they are kind of expensive. And I also suspect that those two, when they're sold in the UK, are essentially a compliance vehicle. Compliance in that they need to sell enough of them to make sure their emission standards or the emission levels are below the threshold. Seems to be like when they have, cars that are suddenly hard to get for some reason, and all of a sudden the year rolls over for the next emissions thing, and all of a sudden the cars turn up for sale. Obviously Volkswagen sort of don't fall into that group because they look like they're actually making a serious effort to mass produce and sell EVs. So we might get Volkswagens over here, which would be good because, as we all know, Australia desperately needs more options when it comes to EVs. But now, I'm going to go and take advantage of getting some free fuel while I get my head cut. Need this cut too, need my face cut and my head cut. I'm going to just get my head cut today. This is one of those new EV perks. Don't tell all these petrol buyers and diesel owners that you can get free fuel by getting a haircut or go shopping. I mean, the last thing we want is everybody doing that, don't we? Actually, we do, because I want to breathe clean air, to be honest. All these diesel trucks and shit everywhere. Anyway, I'm just rambling now. My favourite charging spot here is taken by another Tesla Model 3. These chargers are J7072 plugs, but you can buy an adapter, this little barrel adapter, courtesy of the cheap stuff on eBay and Alibaba. These are one of the old J7072 plugs installed by ChargePoint. I don't believe they're in Australia anymore, which is a shame because I did install quite a few of these chargers around the place and they come in quite handy. They also charge about 7 kilowatts. Not the fastest, but can't complain when you're getting free fuel while you're getting your head cut. It isn't the easiest parking spot to get out of, that one, that's for sure. That's why I like that one where that guy's parked. He's got my favourite one. Damn you, got my favourite spot. Oh yeah, got my head shop. What do you think? Now I've got to go home and have my face cut. That's the only reason I go there. The car charger's there. Come on, all your supermarkets and shopping centre developers, put car chargers in. Like I said, it's the only reason I go to this one. And one last thing I noticed on Twitter the other day was Fisker, who's developing the Fisker Ocean EV SUV, has signed a deal with Magna Manufacturing. As we also know, Lucid have their EV coming out, but not for another 2 years, I believe. 2022, I think they said that would be available. 1.5 years away, in response to which Elon lowered the price of the Model S to $69,420, which I think awesome. Whether we'll see that price cut arrive in Australia, who knows? I doubt it, but that's just the way it is. I probably will. The base price might drop to reflect it, but bring in currency conversion, that sort of stuff. So yeah, who's going to win, you reckon, out of the Fisker Ocean and the Lucid? Because even though Lucid does have a lot of Middle Eastern money backing it, and a lot of Tesla engineers working for them, so they already know how to bring a car to market, get it beyond the prototype stage into mass production. But also, Karma have teamed up with, like I said, Magna? Yeah, who already make cars for BMW, Jaguar, Land Rover and Toyota, I'm led to believe. And I think they make over 3 million cars a year. So they know how to make cars. They know. So basically Fisker becomes the design studio for those cars made by Magna. And I think they'll probably get to market pretty quickly. You know, I don't know how much financing they got, because I haven't looked too much into the company that's Fisker, but I'd be interested to see Fisker get a car to market before Lucid do. What do you think? My thoughts, you just never know. Interesting though, like the race to get cars to market is good. And also, of course, you've got the Volkswagen ID3 now going to customers, even with software issues, which I still think is kind of strange, because Volkswagen know how to do the Porsche Taycan and Audi e-tron software without a problem. Why is it so hard to do the ID3? It doesn't make sense to me. I can't see it. I mean, is it a case of Volkswagen engineers on the ID3 just not talking to their counterparts over at Porsche and Audi? Which is most likely the case, I guess. I mean, I watch enough of those Sandy Munro videos to know that internal and in big companies, sections within big companies don't talk, like, you know, unlike Tesla. So maybe that's why the Volkswagen engineers just haven't figured it out yet, whereas the Porsche guys and the Audi guys have. You know, guys, give each other a call, sort the shit out. So the last thing people, you know, we're trying to get mass adoption of EVs here. You don't want people saying, oh, they're all crap because the software is crap, and it just turns them away from EVs. Or is that the point? Is that what they're trying to do? I don't know. I hope it's not, but yeah. Anyway, it's got to be sorted out. And what that pilot is telling me it's unable to proceed. Of course, there's a red light. What? Please take over. Okay, then fine. I'll take over. Come on, Tesla, why don't you just take me home? Can't wait for that update. The autopilot update, the full self-drive features are supposed to be greatly expanded. Bring it on. This Tuesday, at the time of recording this, which is next week. It'd be so cool to see what happens then. How do you become a qualified driver? Come on. Have a look at our data. We use autopilot constantly. Do we qualify? Please, Elon. Please. Anyway, that's it for this vlog. I'll be getting on. I'm rambling. And I've got to get home. I've got to have a shower now because I've got hair to chop and the hair will be itchy. But they never get rid of all of it. What can you do? So if you got this far, as always, thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves and always like, comment and subscribe. Here you go. Algorithm's happy now. So as I said, take care. Bye. This one, I'm going to talk my thoughts about fucking, oh, Jesus Christ. Damn it. I hate when you get mental blanks just when you're about to start talking. Running through your head, and all of a sudden, mental blank when you hit record.